See, my aim is to try and not say anything too stupid.
Well, you failed.
Yeah.
Hello everyone, that was a theme tune, and this is Hardly a Podcast. Specifically, Hardly a Podcast for the 13th of January, 2012. 2012, it's New Year, everyone. It's the end of the world. Simon, how do you feel about the end of the world?
Dragons!
Oh my god. It's going well.
It's
It's
the
a
year
good
of the
start.
dragon, and I'm a dragon, so... I'm a
Oh,
dragon
okay. I did not know
So am I.
that.
I'm a dragon.
I'm a snake. So I'm kind of like... Well, I guess
Yeah.
I'm kind
Never a
of a
truer
dragon.
word was said.
You just manipulate people and make them eat apples and then get thrown out of gardens. We just burn shit like snakes.
I often get people thrown out of gardens, I'm not going to lie. And cinemas, and nightclubs, and amusement parks. Need I say more, really?
No.
Oh, the list is endless.
So, anyway, what are you guys drinking tonight?
Gin and tonic.
I've got some red wine, and then I've got a cold can of Budweiser lined up next.
That's cool, that's cool. I'm currently on the old speckled hen.
All speckled then.
Yeah.
So it's just normal speckled hen.
Well, it's old speckled
Okay.
hen.
You had the golden hen before, didn't you?
Yeah.
That's nice. More of a summery drink, though.
Well, yeah, but I hadn't had it before.
Mm.
So, I thought I'd see how it goes.
Got some, like, fruity aromas to it and flavours, like pineapple and shit.
You're just reading off the bolt now.
I haven't got the bottle, so...
Well, it doesn't specifically say pineapple and shit, but that's pretty much what it says.
That's what it should say.
Oh, beer. Well, I guess it tastes a bit like beer. It's just got some, like, pineapple and shit in it.
Oh,
That's
it's
what
been
they should put on the label.
disappointing the amount of like winter beers that you can get from supermarkets. Need more dark ales out at the moment.
Well, what else have I got here? I've got lined up a Hobgoblin and an Old Peculiar.
Good choice, good choice.
Yeah, both dark, so kind of wintry, I guess.
Yeah.
Although it's never really fussed me, to be fair.
If you can drink it, you'll have it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, but-
that's my theory on life in general. To be fair,
If you can drink it, I'll have it. Maybe.
Well, it's a simple motto.
No, I won't have it then.
It's almost as good as your friend Jamie, the one who had his coat of many things, and he could
Oh,
only
yeah.
have some. He could only get something new if he found it.
Simon, have you heard about the coat of many things?
No.
Okay. Well, this guy I once knew, he had like this big sort of trench coat like thing with loads of pockets, and he sort of turned it into like a utility belt type thing, but a coat, and he
Yeah.
called it his coat of many things, and he'd keep like many gadgets and sort of survival type stuff in there. So it was kind of like a Swiss Army knife, but a coat.
Yeah. Good.
His one rule though was he couldn't go like to home base and buy some rope or something and put that in the coat. He could only have things in the coat that he had found, just
Yeah,
laying around.
Logical. You gotta have like rules and regulations and stuff.
So he like, if he was just at the bar and he saw like a bottle opener laying around, and he took it, he put it in the pocket. That then became part of the coat.
Yep. So logical. Makes good sense.
Well,
A little bit
until-
OCD, but yeah.
Well, there's no point.
until you're on a desert island and you sort of think, damn, I wish I bought a spade.
Yeah, but if it was just a coat of many things that he bought stuff to fill up with, it wouldn't have the same effect.
No, true. It's like using cheat codes in video games, I guess.
Yeah. You do it properly.
But yeah, he had all sorts in that thing. Lighters and pens and screwdrivers and Lord knows what.
General shit you find on the floor, really.
Well, I never really inquired too deeply about the thing. Mainly because it freaked me out.
I once got 15 bottles of beer in one coat,
How?
which I had paid for. Difficulty.
You shouldn't have paid for them.
Difficulty.
Well, I don't know how well you can outrun someone with 15 bottles of beer in your coat,
Yeah, it was
whilst
quite
keeping
heavy.
them in your coat.
We also had a couple of bags of shopping, and it was raining. So I was quite heavy by the time I got back.
Day in the life of Nosh.
Yeah. There is a picture somewhere floating about.
Of you
me
being
with,
heavy.
Me with about 15
Already
15 bottles of beer just like in my coat. I had them like going like one way inside a pocket, and then I'd turn a few upside down and push a few in that way, and it was just loads of them.
You know what would
But-
really suck? If on your way home you got hit by a car.
Yeah.
Because not
I think
only
that
would you
would
be
suck
dead,
generally.
and that would be quite bad, but you'd have like bits of glass in you, you'd be sticky, you'd smell absolutely vile, and the paramedics show up and they just think some like drunken hobos wandered out into the road.
It'd proper freak them out as well.
Oh yeah.
All this beer spurting out everywhere. All this brown liquid.
It's not
everywhere.
blood. It's not blood.
Yeah. I had them down like my coat sleeves. It was
Do you
impressive.
have pockets in there?
No, I just kind of fitted them between my arm and the sleeve.
Okay.
Well, what had happened was I'd seen this box in Asda reduced. It was reduced to about £3 for 15 beers. So I thought, I've got to have this. And so I bought it. It was a cardboard box, and it had been taped up because it had been a bit battered, this box. And I had a load of other shopping, and it was raining outside, so the box had started to get soggy. So I needed some way of kind of carrying them all. And that was what I came up with. It was good.
Did you get them all home in the end?
I did. I got them all home, and none of them got broken. And I managed to carry all my shopping back as well. I was quite proud. I felt quite resourceful.
That is a feat.
I felt
Well
quite.
done.
It was a good use of initiative, I thought.
That
A little
is
bit like my sandwich bag over the light this week.
Oh my god.
Oh. That was
Yeah, Nosh's
Yeah.
Nosh's home improvement woes are still ongoing. Let's put it that way.
basically the tale of the leaky ceiling continues.
The plot thickens.
More of a saga now.
Yeah.
It's a trilogy.
Needless to say, the bag worked quite well up to a point. Then it started leaking, and has now been replaced by a condom.
Condoms don't leak though, unless
Yeah.
like
Hopefully.
a pin through
That was
them.
my logic anyway.
It does look pretty funny.
How well it's going to be, I don't know yet. We'll see. But we've set in motion Operation, whatever it was called,
Fleeting carousel.
Fleeting Carousel,
Spelt
which
wrong.
will hopefully deal with it. So we shall see. Maybe next time we'll have more news for you, listeners, on the saga of Nosh's leaking ceiling.
I don't think they care, to be honest.
Well, I don't think
Yeah.
we have any listeners anyway, so I don't think it really matters.
It's not their room. Why would they care?
Oh,
I don't
dear.
care.
No,
People
me
like
neither.
to feel human. They like to feel that they're better than someone, that their lives aren't as shit as the persons they're listening to. It makes them feel good about themselves.
I guess so, yeah.
You can go, my life isn't quite what I planned, but at least I'm not Nosh.
I do feel sorry for the person who thinks, God, I wish I was Nosh.
Yeah, that guy's in a hole.
I'm sure there are people that would aspire to be me. I don't know who. But there's got to be paupers somewhere that are like worse off than me that could
Yeah,
aspire
like
to
some
have what I have.
peasants. The village drunk
Mm.
who sees you with your neat haircut and a roof over your head, albeit a pretty shit one. One that doesn't really keep the rain off.
Yeah.
But to be honest, we don't really pay much in rent, so you get what you pay for, really.
Well, I'm definitely getting what I'm paying for. Compared to his
Right.
room, I'm living in a veritable palace.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a new year, so did you make a New Year's resolution, Jamie? I'm
Fuck
expecting a no.
Of course I didn't. Why would I do that?
20-minute round.
Why would I waste my time? If I wanted to change my life, if I wanted to pass my driver's test, if I wanted to lose some weight, if I wanted to do all these inane, stupid things that people usually pick, I would just do them. I don't need to wait until the end of the year to do them. What if, right now, I just sort of thought to myself, oh, I'm getting a bit podgy. I might want to, like, lose some weight. What have I got to do? Have I got to wait until next January? No, I'm just going to do it now.
You've already passed your driving test.
Well, I know, but I was just, like, listing examples.
Yeah.
It's never any big sort of thing. It's never like, oh, I'm going to stop gambling, I'm going to get off heroin. It's always these small little inane things that people can't kick anyway.
Normally, I normally find it's people do things they're never going to achieve anyway. So, I'm going to become a millionaire.
What?
I'm going
How is that
to
a
start
New
a
Year's
company.
resolution? That's
It's a middle-class New Year's
misplaced
resolution.
ambition. Well,
I don't
I've got a
really care
New
one
Year's
way or the other.
resolution for the first time ever.
Go
Learn
on.
to code.
Yeah, I'm learning how to do computer coding.
Oh, are
on
you
Code
doing
Academy.
that thing?
Yeah, it's
That
good.
campaign type thing?
Yeah, I saw that the New York Mayor had signed up to it. 'Cause it was on BBC, I think, or news website. But yeah, that sounds quite interesting.
If
Had a
it's
look,
good enough
signed
for
up.
that twat.
Precisely, I thought that's something I actually want to learn, so it's not really a chore. On my other things, it's like New Year's resolution. I'll just give up something that I don't like shaving.
You end up looking like Frankie Boyle.
You're
Big
supposed to
gingery beard.
you're supposed to do that in April when it's like Lent, or is it March? I don't know when Lent is.
We should always just give up something we
November.
don't like doing. Fuck the consequences.
I don't know. I don't see the point for already aforementioned reasons.
How about
Yeah.
you, Josh? Have you made a resolution? Apart
Not
from to become a
particularly.
millionaire.
No.
Nosh
I'll
wants
just
to be a
love life.
millionaire.
That'd be the shittest show ever.
Oh yeah.
So, what have you done, Nosh?
Well, I've got
I set up a
250.
website for free, and I'm hoping to make some money for adverts. So have you spent any money? You've got to spend money to make money. I haven't got any money.
It's not guaranteed that you have to spend money to make money. In a lot of things, yes. But it is possible to make money without spending money.
True,
on.
it's just more
Give me
difficult.
one example.
The person who invented money, he didn't spend any money to make money. He invented money.
I don't know, make jam.
You got to
You have to
start
buy
off with
sugar.
the berries and the jars and the cooking equipment
The berries
and the
could
gas
get
for
It's
the
scrounge
hob.
it. I've got my own biogas.
That's true.
Well, we're
I've gone
fully aware
pioneer.
of that.
I've gone pioneer style. I'm not on the grid.
You're
I've
cooking
found
it with
some
your
nice
own
jars.
Yeah, I guess
Pick
you
some
could
fruit.
like get glass jars for free if you just went through like recycling bins and shit.
I've
You
got a
could
bit
just
of
buy
sugar
like jam and empty out the jam.
and then put more jam in
Put
it.
more jam in
Just
it.
jam in it.
I don't know where you'd get the sugar from. That's something you'd have to like blag.
Yeah.
Grow his own sugar cane.
I can trade it. I'll trade it for some excess jars I've found. I don't know.
Well, the berries that you've picked off brambles
Yeah.
down the side of the street.
Sell out these strawberries or whatever I've
No,
found.
'cause brambles are
Blackberries.
pretty common alongside
Yeah,
of
it's not going to be strawberries.
so it would just be
I could grow strawberry.
Blackberry jam.
Yeah.
blackberries. Yeah, blackberries.
It's going to be some pretty rank jam, though, to be fair.
Why?
Because you picked them at the side of the road.
Yeah,
Go
they
to
grow
a-
there
You're
quite well.
cooking them.
away
You're
from the
cooking them with your own homemade gas. You're putting them in jars that you've scrounged, and you're using sugar you bought off of a stranger.
I don't think that would get through like the Food Standards Authority, so you probably wouldn't be able to sell it.
Well, I'm not thinking commercially here. Just wander around.
Oh, so you'd be selling it illegally?
I don't think there's any legal law on jam selling.
I'm pretty sure there is somewhere.
Actually, I
isn't.
suppose
If
you
I
get
was
people
to
selling
sell it-
food at farmers markets.
Yeah, like there's no food testing stuff. If it's then suddenly tracked back to me that everybody's getting cholera or something, then maybe.
Yeah, but how are you going to make money from this?
Because I'm selling it.
How many people buy jam?
Yeah, this isn't going to make you millions. This isn't
I
going
could
to
draw
make you
pictures and
enough
go
to
round.
sustain yourself.
We had a guy come knock on the door, and he had a whole load of drawings he'd done, and he was just selling them.
Did you buy them?
No, my granddad bought one though.
Oh.
For 20 quid.
20 quid?
Yeah.
Was it a
I
good
don't think he'd
drawing?
get for a cup of tea. Yeah, it was a good drawing actually.
Was it of a naked lady?
No, it was of some kind of nature scene. But basically, he just had like a whole load of these drawings he'd done. He was just wandering around door to door selling them. That's what I do with my jam.
Photocopied them. That's what he'd done.
But still, door to door 20 quid jam isn't going to give you enough to live off of.
Sell jam at 20 quid.
Jam.
The whole premise is that you don't spend any money and then you make money. You can't really be making money if you're making less
If it hasn't
than
cost
you
me
need to div off
then I
of.
sell it, then I've therefore made money. I never said I was going to make my millions out of it, did I?
Well, I never said millions. I said enough to be a viable business, of which
No, you
this is
didn't.
not.
You never said it needed to be a viable business.
Oh my god.
You just said I had to make money. And if it hasn't cost me anything and I can sell something, then I make some money.
What you're
Simon?
supposed to do is
Ipso
basically like what they do in The Apprentice. You get given like £100, and then you have to make profit from it. You have to spend money to make money. But on The Apprentice, they don't go, here's £0, go make some money.
Don't see why not.
I would watch that episode, actually.
Yeah. I'm not saying that you can't make money by spending money. I agree that is the standard way, and that's often the best way. But I was just arguing with the premises that it was the only way.
Why don't you rob people?
That is a viable...
Still have to spend money.
No, you don't.
Well, yeah, you've got to buy a gun and a
need a gun.
mask.
stick.
Alright,
Still
You're
have
going to rob
Miner.
a bank with a stick.
you
You
could
should rob
like,
people. Just wait for someone to be wandering down the street, crack them over the head with a big bit of wood, take their wallet, phone, keys, handbag, or whatever, and off you go.
Why don't you commit burglary instead? You could burgle our house and take all our housemates' stuff.
Yes, that's true. I mean, I could just sell girls crap. That wouldn't cost me anything, but I'd make money.
You won't make a lot of money.
No one said the amount I had to make. But there's a lot of stuff that people give away for free that you could probably sell if you tried. People just can't be asked.
Simon,
Yeah.
I don't like his business ethic.
No.
It's like, we're supposed to be running a company here, and he's just like, I'll just sell jam at the side of the road.
It's like
Alright, okay.
7-year-old
Who's made the
selling
most money so
lemonade.
far? You've spent the most. Who's
Yes,
made the
and
most?
you've made nothing.
I've made £8.
Get the £8, bring it to me.
I can't.
Exactly! Have you guys seen this?
Probably.
I guess it's like a poncho, kind of. It doesn't really say what it is. It says an elaborately embroidered cape. So yeah, poncho. But it's made entirely from spider silk.
Yes. I did see that.
Entirely. They literally sat there and they like mined spiders, farmed spiders. I don't know.
I would say, wouldn't you?
Well,
That's pretty cool.
They didn't technically farm them because they just sort of caught them, extracted the webbing, and let them go.
That's just harvesting.
But there you go. They harvested them.
Yeah, why don't we harvest spiders? Well, not specifically spiders, but
Is it really
keep
strong?
them breeding. So, yeah, it's as strong as steel, isn't it, or something? For
Strong as steel,
Stronger
of the
than steel.
same.
Or is that
Steel
hair?
of the same thickness. So if you were to get a strand of steel that was as thick as spiderweb would be stronger.
I reckon the problem is scaling it up, otherwise
Yeah.
someone would have already done it.
Yeah.
That's my reason for being terrible as an entrepreneur. I'd think of something and then I'd always think, it sounds like a good idea, but because it sounds like a good idea, someone's probably already done it.
Well, I mean, this is a pretty good proof of concept because it's here and it's sort of it's holding itself together. The weight isn't tearing it apart, but they've not actually got any sort of hard data on sort of its material properties, which is a shame.
I mean, you could give it to somebody to test a sample of this material.
Well, the radio interview, they actually told the presenter to close their eyes, open their hand, and let them know when they thought they were holding the fabric.
Right.
And they just put the fabric in their hand, and they didn't even notice, because it's like, it's
So
just that light.
Blimey.
It's that light that you can't really feel any sensation when
Even
it's
when
on you.
it's like made, it's still that light, blimey. I can understand like a single one, but you'd think like a thickly woven material or whatever, something that you could wear or see,
Oh, yeah.
but still.
They're calling
weight.
it. I mean, they're calling it silk because it's spider silk, but I assume it has a sensation very similar to silkworm silk.
You know what they should have made? Spider-Man costume.
That should have been one of the first things, yeah.
Yeah, but that's more of the people of our mentality, opposed to fashion-y people.
People who appreciate irony.
And art, because it's going on display at the Victoria and Albert Art Museum in London.
Yeah. But just think, we are living in the future, because it won't be long and you'll be able to buy boxes made out of that.
Boxes?
Just that, yeah, it'll be like you're wearing nothing at all.
Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Well, in one of our earlier podcasts, we mentioned about a material that is antiseptic, so has no smell and is completely odour-free and stuff, so you don't get anything living in it, so you don't get smelly underwear and things.
So you can like weave that together.
Yeah, you could have
Ultralight,
super light.
wear it for days.
Yeah.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah.
That really
Sign
does.
me up.
I mean, screw like building super long bridges out of this stuff. Screw that. That's not important. I want magic underwear.
Mormon.
And I don't want to
Yeah,
have to become a
superhero
Mormon
pants.
to do it.
I have underwear that could stop a bullet, yet keeps me fresh for days.
Exactly. That is the future right there. Screw medical scanners. They should have a 10 million prize for making that.
I mean, there's all sorts of prizes out there for things. There's still a prize from Louis the 16th for drawing a perfect circle that's valid. If you can do it.
What? I've done that so many times.
No, you haven't.
Yeah, on paint.
Doesn't count.
Still drawing.
Freehand.
It's got to be free.
I'm pretty sure
My hand is free.
I'm pretty sure protractors existed in those days, so it would have had to been a perfect circle with your hand.
Yeah, it's freehand.
Yeah, but to be fair, how much I'm sure I could draw one. Does it actually have to be... I suppose perfect circle is quite hard. I
Yeah.
can draw, like, a circle-y shape that'll join up, but it's not really a perfect circle.
You can't produce a perfect sphere on Earth. You'd have to go outside of Earth's atmosphere to be able to produce a perfect sphere. Because of our gravity and stuff, you wouldn't be able to do it.
So that just rigs all football matches then. But I saw one guy do a pretty good attempt at a perfect circle. It was on YouTube, and he had a whiteboard and a whiteboard pen, and he just sort of like spun his arm around a bit, warmed up, and then did like this big helicopter motion with his arm, and he just drew like it was pretty much a perfect circle. And everyone in the room was just like,
Oh yeah, that would be the easiest way, because if you have your arm as extended as far as it will go and you hold the pen hard enough, you
well,
won't get
what's a
any
better
big-
pivot? Your shoulder that can go 360 degrees, or your wrist that you'd have to keep constantly moving the paper, moving your hand.
Apparently only an insane person can draw a perfect circle.
Yeah,
I don't know whether they've actually tested
in, like,
that.
high school.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, there's plenty of other prizes. It's like there were 6 Millennium Prizes set out, which are mathematic problems, 2 of which have now been solved.
I'm not very good at maths.
No, these are high-level mathematics. £1 million prize.
What about a million prize for doing low-level stuff?
I mean, there's all sorts of ones out there. Loads of companies set out these competitions and things.
Like finding the Queen's lost earring. Why can't that get you $1 million?
Oh, I'll be good at that.
Yeah.
Well good at finding stuff.
Apart from my lip balm.
I've got two.
I think you lost
You
that
had two
outside.
anyway.
Huh?
You had two anyway.
No, I bought those afterwards. But he was wandering all around the house saying, I think I've seen it somewhere. And I was just following him around the whole time. Never
That shit
found
just
it.
rolls away all the time anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think you
Down
must
the
have
back
lost
of
it
a
outside.
radiator or something. Or under a sofa.
My guess is outside the house somewhere. Because I
Yeah,
couldn't
Ruffles
find it.
ate it. I'm ruining
Well,
it.
actually, we're getting a lot of hits from some website linking to us from Russia.
Oh, we're doomed. It's the KGB. We should leave now.
This is our audience here, okay?
Dostoevsky.
Hello, comrades! Welcome to a Hardlier podcast. That wasn't Russian at all.
It was good. It was good.
It was an attempt.
Yeah. I still got my festive
for one
candles.
crate vodka.
I'm,
One crate vodka for Messiah.
I'm wearing my woolly hat. I have my Putin 2012 badge.
Well,
I'm set.
that's quite controversial, to be honest.
Talking of Russia, have you seen this news story about a man finding 79 Kalashnikovs in firewood he bought in Russia?
Yeah. Literally, he just bought some boxes off of this
Bought
bloke.
firewood?
He just bought them off the back of a lorry, and he was going to break them down for firewood. He opened the boxes, and he found enough gun parts to make 79 Kalashnikovs.
And ammo.
And ammo.
There was 253 magazines and other parts.
That's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
See, that's a case of making something out of nothing.
Yeah, the guy whose van it was that was transporting them thought they were empty, and he was just taking them to be destroyed, not knowing that they actually had guns and stuff in them, and just sold them because he thought he could make a quick buck selling them, as well as being paid to take them somewhere. But the guy who found them did report them to the police.
Because he's an idiot.
Yeah, that and he probably would have disappeared. It is Russia. If he'd been found out.
Well, who's to know if these boxes are to be destroyed?
Yeah.
And it's like a side of the road deal that's like untraceable. Just take the guns, disappear, make a quick buck.
Yeah. I mean, it's very similar to what the great train robbers did, wasn't it? They robbed a train full of money that was going off to be destroyed. They were caught, but...
Well, yeah, they got caught.
Not really a great example, is it, I guess? But
it's a similar idea. There's a film about... there was a group of women in America who did a similar thing at a plant that both printed money and destroyed old money. And they got away with millions and millions of dollars that they've managed to smuggle out through a quite clever scheme of swapping the things that were carrying them and putting them inside bins, and they were being taken out in the rubbish and stuff, and they just collected it all. And in fact they had so much, and they were caught onto, and they came and they raided the houses and stuff, and they took away all the cash they could find and things. But what the police didn't know was that they had another place with just bins full of money, just an entire warehouse just stacked full of cash.
My God!
And so even though they got in some trouble for the stealing of the money, and this was before there was this loophole being closed to say that it was illegal technically, because this money technically didn't count anymore. The government didn't see it as money yet anybody else would. And so they didn't go to prison, and then they just went and picked up their stash a little bit later.
And just disappeared.
Yeah, and just lived a life of luxury. I tell you what was good, is something Simon posted yesterday.
Yeah.
There was a zoo, can't remember where the zoo was, in this country anyway.
Bristol Zoo.
Bristol Zoo. And there's a car park just next to it. And for 25 years, this guy's been the car park attendant there. And 25 years, good service. No one's ever had a bad word to say about him. Very reasonable car parking fees, kept it all nice and neat and organised and stuff. And then suddenly one day, disappeared. People started to ask where he was, and Bristol Zoo rang up the council, Bristol Council, to ask them to send him a new car parking attendant. And they said, "Oh, we haven't got anybody on record. We'll have a look." And they kind of went away and had a look. It turned out he wasn't a city employee, and they said, "Oh, he must be working for you." And they were like, the zoo was like, "No, we don't employ him." And it turns out he'd just sat there for 25 years and taken people's money, and he'd paid to have a machine put in, like car parking ticket machine, kept it all in order for 25 years, and then disappeared with what they reckon was about 7 million.
That takes balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For 25 years to show up, knowing that any day someone could catch you. That takes balls.
Yeah, that's the long con.
Once you got into it, though, the chances of you getting caught are pretty minimal.
Yeah, I suppose because
the parking attendant, no one's going to go, "I don't recognise that person."
Yeah, it's not as if it was just a dude with a
go,
bucket.
"Oh, he works for the council." And the council people will go, "Oh, he must work for the zoo."
Yeah.
No one's going to investigate it once you get going. He's been there for 25
years. If you've got a
years.
proper ticket machine and everything, it's going to look proper legit, isn't it? You've not got extortionate fees. It's not just a guy in a shed with a bucket collecting your money. It's nothing
because the parking signs were up already saying the fees and stuff.
Well, this raises another important point, that if you put on a high-vis jacket, you could be anyone.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. If you do anything just with, like, authority, people just don't question you.
Yeah.
Confidence and authority. That's all you need. And, like, an air of authority.
Yeah, when I've helped Gooch with some of his design stuff, like, I've just wandered all over all the back corridors of, like, the forum and all sorts of stuff, just all over the university, just, like, in all the areas you're not allowed to go, in, like, the performers' dressing rooms and stuff. Nobody stopped me, because they just thought I was meant to be there. Just kind of walk around with a purpose, and they just sort of let me go wherever I felt like. It was awesome.
I think we should put Nosh in a high-vis jacket and just send him out to the streets. Just to prove a point, just to see what he can get away with.
Mm.
And just
That's
try, like...
people and
just try, like, increasingly more absurd things.
yeah,
And just see what he can get away with.
Open, like, security van and just wander off with the money.
Did you hear this news report that apparently the James Bond villain Dr. No is responsible for society's dislike of nuclear power?
I did see the title, yes.
I mean, I would have thought possibly, Chernobyl, Fukushima...
Maybe this was before.
Hiroshima... Well, Hiroshima was definitely before James Bond. But I'm pretty sure all of these probably had a worse impact on nuclear power's
They haven't
image.
done that much. I mean, Fukushima's not... That's killed, like... I don't know. Has it killed anyone?
Yeah, but it still changed society's image.
Yeah, it basically proved how safe it is. If it blew up, it killed a few people. If a plane blows up, it kills a few people more, but they rarely crash. Cars crash all the time. We don't ban those.
Probably should.
We let stupid people drive them, like me.
I think we should ban cars.
No, just because
Everyone should have planes. If planes are so
bang
much
it.
safer, everyone can fly.
That is a brilliant argument. If planes are so safe, why don't we all fly? It's not at all because pilots are highly qualified and all the safety checks and margins of error.
Oh, come on, it's only adding one more dimension. It's not like it's much more to take care of.
Well, the extra dimension just gives you more space to avoid people. I mean,
Yeah.
in a car, if you're head on with another car, you can't go up or down.
Well, yeah, and there'll be less traffic jams because you'd have 3 lanes, and then like another set of 3 lanes on top, and another set of 3 lanes on top. So your lane's getting a bit clustered. You just go up one.
And you can get a pilot's license at a younger age than you can get a driving license.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It must be easier and
Less
safer
people
and
would
everything.
pass, wouldn't they? So in theory, you'd only get people who could actually pass.
I
If you
think
kept
it's
the
the
same
landing and
pilot
taking
by
off that's
test.
the hard bit.
Yeah, so if you kept the
the
same
landing.
rigorousness to the testing and the whole legal side of what you have to do before you can fly and the checks you have to make, it would make it safer, probably. That, and you can have bigger planes than you can have cars. So it'd be just like a bus. You just have like one of those smallish 747s, the small ones, not the big
A
ones.
small 747.
Oh, I don't know what they are.
No,
The
you
small
mean
ones.
like a triple
Like they fly off to Ireland or whatever.
or is it 777 Dreamliner or something? Yeah, and then
Yeah.
The little ones, not the big ones that go off to America or Australia. The littler ones.
So you just mean like a 737, no 777.
Don't know. I ain't no plane nut.
Or like the Airbus.
No, not like the Airbus.
80.
Not the really huge one.
A380.
I think Airbus make more than just one plane.
Yes.
Yes, they
They
probably
only tend to have like a few major ones.
Though I don't know how it would work with like flying cars, which are becoming soon-ish. I don't
They'd
know whether
just
you
be
need a pilot
planes.
license. I don't know whether, because they could be both be driven on the road and in the air, so I don't know whether you need a pilot's license or not. I don't know if it'd be a bit
I would
like.
think you would.
I don't know, maybe. I don't know if it'd be a bit like the Reliant Robin you could drive on a motorbike license. I don't know if there'd be something a bit like that, some kind of caveat, because it's not really a plane.
Well, I think the caveat would more be in the favour of it's not really a car. So you wouldn't need a driver's license, you just have a pilot's license.
I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. See how it goes.
See what the future brings.
Jetpacks.
Magic underwear.
Magic underwear. Keeps you fresh. For years at a time.
Magic
I don't know
underwear
how magic underwear
gets you into heaven.
I don't know how it deals with skid marks.
Well, that shit just like dry wipes off.
Yeah, probably. Maybe it'll have a coating like Windows that
Like Teflon.
self-cleaning. Yeah, like either it just like slides off or it's self-cleaning.
Well, Teflon's like a futuristic material, so you just sort of get a skid mark and you just sort of hold it up and it just slides off.
Just realised what Nosh was intending to do. Basically, what Nosh was saying by saying you don't have to spend money to make money is he was going to go begging.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's what it would result in doing. That's called begging, Nosh, where you just sit there on a street corner with a cup.
Well, like the whole blogging idea, where you've then got advertising, and then people are clicking on the advertising, making you money.
You have to pay for the internet, Nosh.
Yeah.
Actually,
put in
libraries.
labour.
Libraries. You can go do it in the library. You have to pay for that.
I don't think they let hobos in libraries.
They let anybody in libraries.
He is being so antsy today, isn't he?
It's not a good idea, Nosh.
I think it's because he's not got a lot of sleep.
Yeah, I did warn Simon it might get ugly this evening, but
oh yeah,
relatively
self-fulfilling prophecy.
It's okay. You're always ugly.
Yeah, always reminds me of that Winston Churchill story. This woman comes up to Winston Churchill at a party and goes, "You're drunk." Then Winston Churchill turns to her and goes, "I may be drunk, but in the morning I'll be sober. In the morning you'll still be ugly." Always makes me laugh.
Bit of culture.
Yeah. Nosh's nugget of knowledge.
That was the worst nugget of knowledge
No, it
ever.
wasn't a nugget of knowledge.
That was terrible.
It was more of an anecdote.
I think you definitely need more sleep. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
So
I would agree.
What are you going to do about it anyway? You've spent most of the day sort of thinking about what to do about it. What do you two come up with?
What are we on about?
Nosh's roof. What was your plan? Tell us your genius stroke, Simon.
Oh. Well, I'll just whip out Operation Fleeting Carousel. It's a 6-step pyramid plan.
What does that even mean?
Well, the further up the pyramid you get, the larger the scale of action. So, like, stage 3, which is the top of the pyramid, is the most extreme part of Operation Fleeting Carousel.
How long have you been on Wikipedia for? Because... just...
What?
Pyramid. What?
What?
Well, no, I'm just saying that you put way too much thought into this.
I did it while I was in the pub.
Yeah.
Okay, no, anyway, continue.
It was genius. Sat there having a beer and thought, we should really sort out the ceiling, and thought, we'll make a plan. So we made it Operation Fleeting Carousel.
It was good. We were having lunch. We were like, well, lunch is done. We've got an hour to go. Pub? Yeah, all right, let's go.
Well, we thought,
Had a pint. And we
again.
thought, right, time for another one. Yeah. Oh, I know, we'll sort out the roof while we're here. Just like, make a plan.
But you didn't sort it out, though. That's the thing.
We made a plan.
Just made a plan.
We've done 2 of the things off stage 1. We just haven't rang them.
And I noticed on the back of your plan, on the back of the piece of paper, you'd actually drafted out names for your plan.
No, this is for, like, if we're going into industry or something.
They would be the roles.
Fixing the roof ourselves.
Because we are hardly a plumber. Hardly a roofer.
Hardly an electrician.
Yeah.
You two have way too much spare time.
We also took photos of the leak.
Yeah. We sent some random woman a picture of a condom on a light.
I don't think it's a woman, actually. I think it's a male who's the head of the university's community team.
Okay.
The worst thing is that this condom is now
But
filled
still,
with
it's
yellow
still a
water.
condom. And there's a picture of it, and it's on the internet.
Yeah. That was terrible. And your camera flash as well, it like illuminated the yellow water.
Yeah.
So it just looks like it's full of custard, basically.
Custard! Yeah.
More like urine.
Yeah, that too.
It's filling up. It was just a knobbly little bit on the end.
Stop pissing in it then. That'd be awkward, but...
It would. Simon's gone very quiet. He's probably wandered off to the dark.
Yeah,
I wasn't really listening to what you were saying then.
told you.
Something about Teflon and skid marks and...
It's okay. Nosh was just warbling on again.
Oh, I didn't hear what he said at all.
Wasn't really warbling, but yeah. Waffling, maybe. Warbling's more like singing.
It's more like bird song. It's like...
And
you have a
there
nice
was a pigeon.
Christmas. Not sure.
It's a nice pigeon you got going there.
Okay, so I have a challenge for you two.
Yeah.
And I want to see what you think of this.
Okay.
At the Consumer Electronics Show, there was this challenge that was launched, and you can win $10 million, which is like £6.5 million. And all you got to do is come up with a medical scanner, like the one they have in Star Trek. So you just hold it up, and it tells you what's wrong with you.
Right.
There are a set of rules. Okay, you need to build a tool capable of capturing key health metrics and diagnosing a set of 15 diseases. And it has to weigh 5 pounds.
I don't really get the weight thing. Why does it have to be £5?
Well, because if it was the size of a room, you wouldn't be able to carry it around on home visits.
I guess. I don't really know how much £5 is. I'm not really...
What about 2 kilos?
Yeah, okay, that's a fair point. Anything more than 2 kilos would be a little bit heavy. Now it's in metric. I get it.
So what are your thoughts? How would you go about doing this?
I wouldn't even bother because I don't have a clue about medical stuff, so I'd be out. I'm out. I'm out.
Not even for 10 million? You're not even going to have a stab for 10 million?
I think obviously the idea is really good. And I like the idea that it's a monetary reward, and hopefully it will incentivise someone to have a go at it, because it would be amazing if it got invented. But it'd just be a waste of my time.
The best way I think I could do it...
no chance of winning 6.5 million.
The best...
I know my limits.
The best way to do it, I don't think would actually be allowed, because it wouldn't count as just handheld, would be that you'd have some kind of chip inside of you, or
That's
small
what
device
I was thinking.
that would then monitor your biometric functions and everything, and then would give a best guess from those what that disease is or whatever.
Yeah,
that was my idea, was to...
Or the handheld device would, you'd be able to pick up.
to have sensors in people,
yes.
and then by holding the device up to a particular person,
it would tell
it
you
would be able to read all their information, and then
that would give
deduce
you
from that what's wrong with them.
Yeah, so
brilliant.
basically the handheld device just becomes a display screen, and it receives the information via some kind of wireless transfer.
The handheld bit would be the bit which would then make the educated guess.
Logical sense of the information.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it would be a computer.
Yeah, so the chip would just be data, and the handheld bit would take that data and then give you a suggestion of what it would be. It would say from these elevated, heart rate, the sweating, and too much iron in the blood, it's whatever.
And that's not necessarily new technology. There have been
It is
people
kind
who
of
have...
cheating, though. I don't think that... Surely that can't fit in with the rules, because that wouldn't work. 'Cause then, for it to
That
work...
wouldn't fit in with the
everyone
rules.
has
Yeah,
to
for it to
chip.
work, everyone would
Not a
have to be
Not a chip.
implanted.
Yeah.
That would be the most sensible way, and I don't see why people would be particularly against that idea.
If there was a government way of doing it that made every newborn child have one fitted, yeah, you'd get it done
I
pretty
think there's other things that people are willing to have pacemakers. You can have devices that...
I don't think a pacemaker is much of a choice, though.
Well, yeah, but that's a similar idea, a small electronic device within the body. And you can have ones that control other aspects, sort of like pancreatic function. You can have ones that keep checking the blood levels for glucose and insulin, and as soon as it drops below a certain level, it pumps in the right amount.
Shit, man, we're in the future. It's like Deus Ex and everything. Man, Jesus
So
Christ.
I think it would.
Patience and shit.
I don't think it's too far a step for people to accept. Because you
But
imagine
most
how good that
people-
would be if you could go to the doctors. They could go boop and have a little look at the readings without having to do like checking your heart rate with a little and your temperature and everything. They could get all that information so much quicker and have 30 days worth of data on the chip at any one point. So like a rolling system, and then you could say, "Oh, I've been feeling not well for a couple of days," and people have to describe in their limited knowledge of what's been wrong with them. Whereas this would have some hard data, which they can then look at and make a best guess or a diagnosis or whatever.
Well, if it fits in with the rules, Nosh, make it so.
See,
Yeah.
the only problem with this is that people will accept these sorts of implants because they're sick. What you're describing, you have to essentially convince people to accept when they're well, just in case they were to become sick.
Oh, come on, people are so fearful of crap
Yeah,
that have it
I think
done.
people would
If
do
people
it,
have,
but-
like,
Well, sickness is a human
elective
certainty.
surgery, so... all the
Yeah,
time.
sickness is
That's
is a human certainty. We are all fallible. We
No,
all
no, I haven't been to the doctors for years. So that means I'm perfectly healthy.
That's true.
Or it just means I don't like going to the doctors.
And also, this is another example of no money in, lots of money out. The production of ideas.
No, do you not have to actually invent the thing? Make
Yeah.
a working prototype?
Oh yeah, but like there are things like this where you've only got to solve something or come up with an idea. You don't actually have to go and manufacture it yourself necessarily. In this case, you might do, but there are plenty of these sort of millennium problems or whatever, which
But
if
the
you
thing
come up with an
no,
idea.
no. It's not just coming up with an idea, it's demonstrating how it would work. So you might not have to manufacture it, but you have to show them how it would work. You can't just go anti-gravity boots and take that to someone and they'll pay you, because you have to demonstrate that anti-gravity boots can be built.
Well, yes, you'd have the idea, and then, so say I had the idea, I then go to somebody with the technical knowledge and the background, or a team of people that could then do this, to then make a prototype or do the research or whatever, and then it would then go to whoever is offering the prize. And so therefore, I have come up with an idea, and I am then getting a share of the money.
A share of, though, that's the thing. Technically,
I'm still making money.
Yeah, but you're paying the people who did it for you a wage, so you're not getting something out of nothing. You're still technically
I'm not
spending
paying.
money.
No, they're paying, and I'm just getting a percentage of.
Yeah, but that's
whatever
just
that is.
semantics.
It's not really, because I am not paying.
Well, a share of nothing is still nothing, Nosh, at the end of the day.
Yeah, but if I get something, then that's. Well, that's an entirely moot point. If I don't get it, then I don't get any money, whether I put any money in or otherwise.
Jamie,
So that's a stupid idea.
Yes,
I think Nosh is getting a bit irritated.
I don't think he can hear us. Shh. He'll think he's all alone.
I'm right, and you know it.
Nosh,
Yeah.
do you have a nice Christmas?
Yeah, didn't do a lot. Kept thinking I'd do some work. That never happened.
Same.
Never does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More just sat around and ate and drank and saw family and friends and stuff, which was good. So I had a nice time. You?
You. What did you get for Christmas?
I got Resistance 3 for the PS3. I got Battlefield 3 for the PS3. I got a bottle of single malt whiskey.
For the PS3?
No, for drinking.
Yeah.
And some highlighters. So a chocolate polar bear. Some Thomas the Tank Engine bath and shower gels.
Oh my god.
A Thomas and Tank Engine cup, bowl and plate set.
There
You've
was
got
going to
your-
be something, wasn't it?
Hmm?
There was always going to be one present.
Yeah.
Just
I
list off
got
something reasonable, something reasonable, something reasonable. Oh, I got a plastic plate set.
I got a cool hat that looks like a monster.
You say cool.
Yeah.
I do. You can shut it, Ginger Schofield.
I like my hat.
I like my hat.
And I paid money for my hat. I didn't just scrounge it.
I didn't scrounge it either. I got a Hulk onesie, which is quite special.
I do want a onesie now.
Yeah, me too.
I don't think I will ever get dressed out of it. I'll just end up going everywhere in my onesie. I'm bad enough pyjamas as it is. Never mind something more comfortable.
Yeah. I'm quite tempted just to put it on, like, somewhere
Right
over
now.
this weekend and just stay in it.
Apparently,
Maybe
loungewear is
Sunday.
coming back into fashion. And it's like, oh, that's a fashion I can get down with.
What's that?
Loungewear is coming back.
Loungewear, yeah. It's. I saw some really nice, like, lounge trousers in Fat Face, but they were like 35 quid. They were like flannel. They looked really nice and comfy. But they were like red, like kind of like lumberjacky.
Yeah. Loungewear is totally a fashion that someone who sits most hours at a computer can get with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Loose, comfortable. Just like you could sleep in it if you felt like it. You could go outside in it. I could live with that quite happily.
There are so many onesies.
Oh yeah. They're a big thing right now.
That sounds like a big decision if I'm going to get one.
Oh, Pikachu. Done.
Oh,
I call dibs on Pikachu.
Pikachu? That was rubbish.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Yeah, I got a bit worried about what was going on over the mic. I thought Simon might have forgot what was going on. Yes.
Oh, I'm going to have to invest in some onesies. I'm really excited about this. Like, oh, yes! Wish I hadn't spent all my money on books now.
Oh, Simon, did you notice that Michelle Obama is now on Twitter?
No.
Well,
Is it at First Lady?
no, it's at Michelle Obama.
Oh man, I need to get on that and take the name at First Lady if that's not already
No,
taken.
I like this because Michelle Obama's hot.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Yeah.
Is
So
she?
I spent most.
Well, you wouldn't think she was
no,
hot.
because you're a racist.
That's not true.
I thought it was going to go, well, yeah, that is true. I really thought he was going to say that.
It's because it is true.
Well, I mean, the first thing that Jamie said when he told me that Michelle Obama was on Twitter, is like, right, well, there's my evening gone stalking her.
That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to chat her up with varying degrees of success.
Very
Depending on what his Twitter name is and stuff.
Well, I'm pretty sure I've gotten through to a
Obama.
press aide. I'm now chatting up a press aide, and pretty soon it'll be chief of staff, and then I'll just be straight on to her.
Yeah, you know your life's gone crap when you suddenly find you're trying to chat up Rumsfeld to get to a Michelle Obama.
Rumsfeld isn't in the government anymore, he's a Republican.
Yeah,
well,
it would.
sure he's got
It is a
connections.
funny image, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although you know your life has gone to absolute shit when you're sleeping on the sofa of your own house.
Well, I slept on the floor to start with.
It was worse.
Don't say that. Don't. That's even worse.
I tried anyway.
You
It
got
was
a
too
heat bath
uncomfortable.
as well.
Yeah, it was so hot. I mean, it was that hot. Like, I don't know. Like my back felt like it was on fire. Oh,
Gosh.
bad.
Sort your life out.
Well, I keep trying.
With varying degrees of success.
Yeah, it normally works for a bit.
He fixes one thing and then two more problems come along.
Yeah, each time I get Pikes to fix something, a new problem comes along, and it gets worse.
Fix.
So far, my room has only ever been on a downward spiral.
I'm just so glad it's not me.
I'm just waiting for some horrible catastrophe to happen to your room. I don't know what.
It won't. It won't. I have
It's
the
not like
best
evil
room.
spiders, so I hope there's like a nest of spiders in the ceiling, and when his ceiling cracks and his room just fills up with spiders. I'm not that scared of spiders, but that would be pretty scary.
Yeah,
Well, I'm not that
the
scared of
ceiling cracks
spiders
and the
either,
creeper
but...
falls out.
Oh my god.
He gets chased around his room by a creeper.
That would scare the
stands in the
absolute
realistic.
life out of me.
The creeper just goes and stands in front of the door, so we can't get out.
Well, you know what to do when that happens. Punch a hole in the wall and jump through it.
Or out the window. Imagine waking up with an Enderman in bed with you. That'd be
Ew.
There
rough.
could be someone in bed with me. Silver lining.
Just imagine waking up and there was anyone in bed with you that
That's
wasn't
true.
there when you went to sleep.
Yeah, unexpected.
It
But
doesn't,
it
you know,
was-
it doesn't matter if it's like, well, someone you wouldn't mind sharing a bed with. That's still a little bit creepy.
No.
Yeah, just don't
I'd
remember
totally
how
fine
they
with
got
it.
there.
A little.
I'd totally be fine with it.
A little.
Well, it's slightly better than waking up in somebody else's bed with them and not
Oh, yeah.
knowing where you are.
That's true. You can
Or who
take
they
comfort
are.
in the fact that the only thing weirder than your situation is their situation.
No, unless they planned it all.
Or who they know who you are and can remember what happened. Because then they've got one up on you. Because there's not it might be a lot less uncomfortable for them. Because if you wake up and you have no idea where you are or who the person you are in bed is, it could be awkward.
Dear.
Night, everybody.
Oh, was that the goodbye?
Yeah.
Was that it?
Yeah.
Okay. See ya.
Ta-ta.
Goodbye and good night. Ta-ta for now.
Must you always be so posh when you're saying goodbye?
We should do an Andrew Neil style goodbye. Right,
I don't think my neck wobbles like that.
But then we should go into some like dance music shit from who was the people that did the song for Trainspotting? That was on the funny
It's
video.
like Acid House or something. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's great that. This is the longest goodbye ever. We can
This is
just cut this bit.
terrible.
We've already said the goodbye.
Yeah, we'll just end it and cut to
This sounds
the
not
end
too bad.
music now.
Alright, see you later, shitlords.
God damn it.
She gets as many views as pretty much the normal Screen Team section. I wonder why. But Chad's actually really good on Screen Team Show. I think he's the main reason you watch it, for his content. And you stay for the boobs. Oh, you go there for the boobs and stay for the content. It's good. I like Screen Team Show. Oh shit, the connection's gone off. That's why no one's replying to me. Balls! It was still a valid point, though. It's not all about the boobs and Screen Team Show. They're very good, funny people.